Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special JoyClicks predictions discussion. This is for the yet to be announced February 2023 Nintendo Direct. It is probably happening this month, as it has for a long time. My name is Christian Buckley. Joining me today, Nintendo enthusiast, JoyClicks regular. You know him, you love him, Omar Nakri.
I love Nintendo.
Do you?
Yeah, kind of. I think so.
Yeah?
They made some good games. Yeah, I like some of their games.
That was good.
I mean, it they could be a bit more grounded, I suppose, a bit more real.
Oh, okay.
But they're good. They're good and fun, right? And that's all that matters.
Truly. We were just talking for like 20 minutes about that, their Hi-Fi Rush, and how it's the best game ever made because it is fun.
Hi-Fi Rush is so good.
It truly it feels like a GameCube game, which is not a popular or not a hot take, like that's been thrown around a lot, but like that era, it feels like that, which is maybe it's the nostalgia talking. GameCube was my first console that I owned, but feels like the last time I was consistently happy with every single game I got.
Sure.
You know? Wii was good too,
Yeah,
but we had some stinkers.
we had a lot of stinkers, man. Oh my god, it was 99% stinkers, but that 1%, holy god.
Yeah, you ever play that Ninja Bread Man on the Wii?
No, is that this isn't Ninja Reflex?
No, I had a game called Ninja Bread Man.
What the
Um,
hell? You got robbed.
I sure did.
What was Ninja Bread?
It was a gingerbread man who was a ninja in like a game that was I think kind of like a level based 3D platformer almost was a little bit of combat, but it it definitely wasn't great. It wasn't the best ninja game I played on the Wii. That award goes to Mini Ninjas of IO Interactive.
Oh, the Kane and Lynch people.
Yeah, great game.
Bro, I can't believe this Ninja Bread game is fucking real. I just looked up a picture of it.
Yeah,
This costs $60 on Amazon right now for a new copy. Do you still have one?
I definitely don't. But I
It's-
mean, log into the Switch, go on that eShop, you'll see plenty of games that have the same energy as Ninja Bread Man, I am sure.
that
So
eShop is horrible.
it really is. It barely
Where
runs. The eShop takes its time when I boot it up.
it
But
really does. And no music.
yeah, I do like
Oh my
the
god.
sound effects though. They got some good sound effects on there.
Ninja Bread Man came out on the PS2 in 2005 and then got ported to the Wii at launch 2000. No, sorry, not. Uh, ported to the Wii a year after its release in 2007
Damn, I never knew that. That's wild.
because it
It was a
was that
PS2
good.
game. Well,
It's got IGN gave it a 1.5 out of 10. Uh, got a 30. It's got a 20 Metacritic for the Wii version.
perfect. I mean, hey, I'm the person who grew up loving Donkey Kong 64, so who am I to have any taste? But
Sure. I mean, come on, give yourself some more credit.
yeah.
Trying to see what else they made. I don't know. Nothing worthwhile. I'm sorry, that game just blew me away. Ninja Bread
Well,
Man.
we got a Nintendo Direct that may or may not be happening in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or maybe not at all, because I've seen some people in the Nintendo spheres being like, hey, if that report is true and Nintendo's not at E3, they got Zelda in May, we could not get it direct until March, because why would they have another one in June? And I'm like, you know
Bro,
what? That makes sense, but we're talking about the hypothetical February one.
yeah, it happens too. Like, what was it? Was it 2020 we didn't get one, or like 2019 they skipped it? I can't remember. But we didn't get a
2020,
January or February direct, and it was like crazy.
there was a gap for Nintendo Directs for like legit directs, a general direct. The last one we got was September 2019, and the next one we got was I think like February or March of 2022, I
Damn.
think. Or 2021. No? No, yeah, yeah, sorry. September 2021 was the first time we got a real general again, I think. It's
Do
like
you
18
think the
months.
fact? Do you think the fact that the game voucher just kind of unceremoniously launched yesterday is reason to believe the direct won't happen?
No, I think it will. I think that's evidence
Okay.
in favor because they're like, look at all these games you can pre-order now. Do it. Give us
But
$100
I
right
feel
now.
like they would have just like said it in the direct if they were doing it.
Maybe.
But I guess they could have just launched it beforehand.
Yeah,
Nah, the
because
direct's happening. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
I mean
being a downer.
nothing's stopping them from launching that and being like, for NSO
Eh,
subscribers, you can get the vouchers.
that's so true, and they can get some more bank today
Mm-hmm.
already. Why not?
So the rumor rumbling around is February 7th, which is a
Nice
Wednesday.
Attack on Titan reference.
Uh, I'm unfamiliar.
That's okay. Someone will get it. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Um, so I guess when was the last like big Nintendo Direct we got? I think it was like September-ish, August maybe last year.
Yeah.
I forget what was
We
announced there, but
we did a predictions for that one too. I think. Right.
we did. Oh, that's okay. Yep, I remember now. The last
There
one
was a
was
Bayonetta 3 trailer, maybe.
it was September. We were wholly convinced we were getting the Zelda ports, and that was going to be the fall game, and they'd give us like a tiny little sliver of what was Breath of the Wild 2, but they ended it with Tears of the Kingdom, and the Zelda ports don't exist. And
Yes, because the Queen died.
yeah, okay, yeah, it was
I
September.
forgot. Yeah.
So I guess we'll start there because I think you and I have talked about this for every single prediction thing we've done. The Zelda ports, they're not happening. I've given up. They're not real. At least not this year, maybe next year. But Wind Waker Twilight Princess HD are not happening. I'm so confident
Yeah.
in this that I just in January played through for the first time in full Twilight Princess. Because I don't think it's coming out on Switch in the near future or anytime soon. So I've moved on. There's no more Zelda ports on Switch.
Yeah. I think you're super right. I think, at some point these games will get ported.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, they will see new days on new hardware at some point. But I don't think anyone knows about it if it's happening.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
And it's not happening.
Like, people keep tossing out around, like, oh, yeah, after Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, there's no major releases left on the Switch. It's all hands on deck for Switch 2.
So they
So,
think they put 2 more Zelda games out? No.
well, no, because
Crazy.
I was gonna say maybe, we look at the Wii U and its dying breath's got Twilight Princess, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
But I don't think that was envisioned as, hey, the Wii U is dying. We need to put Twilight Princess out. I feel like they were gonna do that, and then, oh man, the Wii U really is dying. I guess.
sure. So
Like in the point of its life cycle where it came out, the Wii U was only like what 3 years old, maybe.
I think so, yeah, because yeah, it's 2015. Yeah. So I think the earliest we get those things is going to be sometime early 2024. At this point, I think that's your Zelda for the launch of Switch 2. You're going to have a full 3D Mario, and then you're going to get your Zelda ports on Switch 2. That's my guess. So no Wind Waker at this year Direct, but we'll probably. I don't think maybe it's not a given, but I think Tears of the Kingdom will be here. Yeah,
At this direct,
yeah.
I think so.
What do you need to see out of Tears of the Kingdom, Omar?
I don't need to see anything, to be honest. I'm actually gonna turn off the stream when it shows up. I'm
Okay.
done.
Okay.
I'm good. But in the honor of speculation, I don't really even know. I guess I want to see like Link kill someone with a gun.
Okay.
Maybe jump on a Goomba. That'd be crazy.
He's done it before.
He has.
Um,
I want to see a new haircut for Aonuma.
sure. Letting it grow out again because it's getting ready to launch, right?
Yes. I want to see a sick, well, I want a really great song in a trailer that doesn't end up being in the full game.
True. I really hope, because I'm with you. I don't really need to see much else of this game. Like whatever they've shown off so far is intriguing, and it's enough to get my mind theorizing about stuff. I would enjoy seeing whatever that like weird, what may or may not be time mechanic shown off in a way that's a bit more like, hey, yeah, this is the thing in addition to your slate powers, which are returning from the first game. Um, I guess that's the one thing, or like what like the context for it, not even maybe like showing all the practical uses for whatever that like time drop thing is, but like how it ties into the title, I guess maybe something like that.
Yeah, I just don't want them to give out too much away, I suppose.
Sure.
But I don't know. It
'Cause
would suck. Like, I want that. Okay, can I spoil Elden Ring? Is it, or not spoil too deep, but like some light Elden Ring? Not even light, but you remember that in Elden Ring, you find out that area in the first like
yeah.
day you have it. I want to have that experience with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't need them to have this like big look at this dungeon, which is probably absolutely going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Like that trailer had 7 symbols around that being when they showed off the mural in the Tears of the Kingdom reveal like the title trailer.
Yeah.
Those 7 crests, as somebody who just played a full old school Zelda game, those are dungeons. Those are referencing dungeons for sure.
Yeah.
Don't show any of those, but yeah, if it's like, yeah, Link can go like Guiji mode and like fall through cracks. It's like, okay, cool. That's it. And then give me a cool 2017 Switch event trailer for Breath of the Wild, and then I'm fine.
Yeah.
All I need.
Hope I'm really excited for that game. I can't imagine it not being good.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this a lot too after finishing Twilight Princess. Like, obviously, I love Breath of the Wild. Fantastic game. But if like they can capture what made that game really exciting and also just work in a little bit more of the Zelda DNA, I think it could easily surpass Breath of the Wild for me, personally.
I also think if they want to maybe spice in a bit of that edge from some
Mm-hmm.
of the other Zelda games, that could be great.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up also because I was thinking a lot about that when I was playing Twilight Princess because there is a
Yeah.
lot of imagery in that game that is black with green lines. And
Whoa.
you know what's in a lot of this marketing, Omar?
Black with green lines.
Black with green lines. So I'm
Whoa.
wondering if they make some connection. I won't get into story spoilers for Twilight Princess, but there's a very hard cutoff of like the shit that went down in that game. It's gone, like gone, gone. So if they can, you know, people got weird with that all the timeline stuff of like, oh, the Koroks shouldn't be in this game because the bird people are in this game too, or whatever it was.
They were right.
Yeah, if they can work in some Twilight Realm stuff, I'd be very happy about that. So
Yeah, put Midna in. Is that her
sure,
name?
yeah,
Uh,
why not,
I want to turn into a wolf.
dude? That's fun. It's so much nicer than riding a horse. Just going wolf mode and then going ham in the field. It's nice.
Can you ride Epina as a wolf?
No, but you can talk to her.
Okay, that's cool.
It's funny though because I was like, you can talk to like if you go back to Ordon Village, which is where you start, you can like talk to uh, the cat walking around, and they're like, "You smell like Link, so I trust you." Um, and you can talk to so many animals for a while after you become a wolf, but you're separated from Epona for so long because you can. For a while, you're only wolf in certain areas, and Epona can't reach there. But there's a point where you're able to like access Epona, and you're like, finally, I can talk to Epona, the horse that Link has bonded with for his whole life. I can't wait to see what she has to say to him. And you talk to her, and she's like, Like, hurry up and turn into your old self. That's it.
Mhm.
Nothing else.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
But
I
do you?
always wonder. I have a couple horses, and I always wonder if they actually like me, or if
You
they're
gotta
just
wonder.
doing
You
it
know.
because they have no choice.
Yeah. Do you think they go extensive on Zelda, or is it just a trailer and like we have a Switch OLED to announce?
I think it's a 90-second trailer,
Hmm.
and then it just comes out now, in May or whatever. I think is it gonna get delayed?
I don't know.
I saw like the Australian Nintendo just posted like 100 days away.
Yeah.
They, but maybe they don't know.
I I mean, we all thought this game was coming out in what, like 2020 initially?
Yeah,
I think it's time. It's been
I
six
think
years. This
so.
game started as DLC.
I'm not saying it gets delayed to like next year or anything like that, but I feel like if they can really land that date, that's like crazy to me. It
Hmm.
just kind of, but I don't know. I hear Nintendo sits on games all the time, so maybe it's just done already. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, speaking of sitting on games, I was there anything else you wanted to add with Zelda?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, no Switch Pro secretly dropping with this game.
Don't even mention that shit. I'm so mad.
No Switch Lite OLED, my dream.
Oh, fuck off. Come on. No, that's
Uh,
my dream too. I didn't mean it like that. I want that. I want a dockable Switch OLED that so bad, to be honest.
well, speaking of sitting on games, we just had a Fire Emblem drop that I have no
Yeah.
interest in. And I like Fire Emblem, but I don't know if you saw this. The code name for Fire Emblem Engage was like Iron 19 or something like that.
Yeah,
And
Ironheart.
yeah, maybe, yeah. Get some MCU stuff in there.
Oh my god, is that an MCU thing? Oh my god, I
Ironheart,
didn't even
yeah.
mean it. What the
It's
fuck is that? It's,
it's the MIT student who is the new Iron Man. She built a
oh my god,
suit.
I forgot.
Yeah. Um so Iron 19 is Engage. Iron 17 is Three Houses. There's a number missing, and there's no game between those two in terms of
Three
releases.
hopes.
No, that's not being referred to that.
What?
So there's all this talk. There's another Echoes game. A Genealogy of the Holy War remake. Do they show off a new Fire Emblem game immediately after releasing one? Because they fucking love Fire Emblem.
They do. It's probably too soon to announce it, and it's probably being held for the next Switch or next year, I guess, at this point.
It's a good
Maybe it
point.
comes out in like November. I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Because from what I can gather, Engage was supposed to be the game for the anniversary that happened last year
Yeah,
or 2 years ago at this point. I forget. But pandemic made some things shuffle around. So yeah, I don't know. Personally, I'm much more interested in a Holy War remake because I loved the other Echoes game I played, and I'm curious to see another older Fire Emblem game get brought up to modern times. But yeah, I think you're right. Probably not here.
unless it's like, okay, so like some of the leakers are saying like Nintendo has like not many big games.
Mhm.
My whole problem with that line is what do people consider big games and what do they not consider big games? Could Fire Emblem potentially be not a big game to one of these guys?
I think 1,000,000% yes.
Yeah, okay. So maybe feels like a December game it could happen. They usually have a Japanese RPG in like December, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like most people who know things about this sorts of stuff, or like the YouTubers who go off talking about like, oh, I heard this thing about a Nintendo thing, to them, the big Nintendo games that they're always like, this year sucked for Nintendo, it's because there wasn't a Mario game, a Zelda game, or a Metroid game.
Oh my god. So they're just dumb? They have no taste?
Maybe, maybe they should play a Fire Emblem. I haven't played
Yeah.
anything more than the first 10 hours of this, but maybe they should play a Xenoblade.
Engage.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But slightly related to Fire Emblem, Advance Wars
Slightly.
It's tactics. It started on the GBA for the US, right?
Yeah. Sounds right. I don't know.
Um, they've been sitting on this one for a minute. This was supposed to be December 2021, I think, and then it got pushed to April of last year, and then the war happened, and now it's still happening, but there's a back end shuffle. Uh, some people think that
I
this is just going to shadow drop, and I think they're right.
it literally has to. It
I
just
think it
has
does,
to.
yeah.
If they announce like it's out next month, no. I don't accept that.
Mhm.
Maybe they pull it's a week away like the freaking Mario 3D collection.
Oh,
Because I
maybe.
guess if it was a week away, we would know because of copies would be out in the wild,
Yeah.
right?
Is this getting a physical version?
I believe it is. I believe it
Okay.
actually is. So that's my one thing about shadow dropping.
Okay.
But that game has to be out like within 3 weeks of the direct, I think.
Yeah, because I don't see a world where they market this while the war is still happening because it's like, okay, well, why did you delay it in the first place if you're just gonna do this, you know?
They made a call that they can never, it will never look good, or it will always look bad. I don't really know what to say. Like there's no winning, I guess, with what they've done.
Yeah, so Shadow Drop makes sense. It just helped out Hi-Fi Rush a whole lot, so maybe, people love Advance Wars. Could work.
That game is $60.
I'm still hoping that they split them up because I would drop $30 on that first one just to see how I like it.
Yeah, I still want to play freaking Famicom Detective Club, which they split up, but it's still kind of an insane price. I feel like.
What else do we got going on here? There's some stuff coming up. It's probably gonna be like an Octopath demo because that's out in a couple weeks. Square Enix
What?
loves doing those. Right.
Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah, that disappeared for a while. I could see that pop up here. I mean,
Were these the only two games we had to talk about? Zelda and Advance Wars.
no, I mean those are the I think the only two outstanding ones that feel like those are completely obvious, 100% gonna have to
Oh,
be here, right?
I guess so. I mean, Pikmin 4 probably has to be here, right? I guess it
No,
doesn't.
no,
Yeah,
that's an E3
that's
game.
coming out. That's coming out this year. Oh, is E3 happening? Are they going to E3?
They're gonna post a 10-minute Pikmin direct talking about the game again and they're the mobile game, and then they're gonna be like, oh, yeah, here's Pikmin 4. It's out in December.
Have they never skipped the June direct?
No, they have. They
Okay.
definitely have. Last year they didn't do any summer E3 direct. They did like those weird trailers every week. Remember?
Yeah.
So nothing 100%, but they did like a dedicated Xenoblade one in June, I think, or July. So I think they'll probably do something like that with Pikmin. So
Sure.
here I think there's probably just first half stuff, unless Zelda ends up being pushed, like you said. There's a leaker who I'm not gonna name drop, but they've predicted some things, have mostly been wrong. Eventually, were right, but it was so far removed that you can't really give them credit.
Does
Uh,
my jacket have one of these?
it might.
Okay.
um, recently, rumor is new Mario sports game this year, as most years have, but this year it's baseball, and it's the Mario game that they're releasing somewhat close in proximity to the Mario movie in April.
This person said baseball.
This person said baseball.
Have they? Okay. They've done every sports game they can with Mario except for on Switch, except for Hoops, right? It's Hoops and baseball. Those are the last two outstanding.
Yes, because they did
Okay.
tennis, they did golf, they did soccer. The only other Mario games with multiple entries is baseball. Hoops has their one, but they also used basketball again in like the Wii U like sports mix thing. So basketball and baseball are the only existing Mario sports titles that have yet to have representation on the Switch. Um,
Now, my question is, who gives a fuck about Mario Baseball when you got MLB The Show?
that's a good point. However, I do.
Okay. Sorry. I think Mario Baseball is also cooler. My bad.
Yeah, because can I drop a hard truth, Omar?
Yeah, you definitely can, Raiden.
I think the internet is going off a little too wild with their reception to these Mario sports games.
What?
I The thing is, I have only ever in my life enjoyed a Mario sports game if I am playing it with somebody, be it my brother or one of my friends. I don't understand why when these games now are only enjoyable multiplayer, it's a huge problem. I understand we'd like a bit more content, but I had fun with Strikers for 20 hours, and I play it if my brother ever visits. If I'm ever hanging out with my friends, we're like, don't know what we want to do, let's just play a round of Strikers, you know? I don't understand that thing. I understand it's like, oh, I need my like an RPG single player story in my Mario Golf game. Oh, I have to have that. It's like that'd be cool, but these games are made to be multiplayer games. Why is it a problem when it is only good if you're playing it with somebody?
You don't know?
I don't. I see this on every single Nintendo discussion. Everything. Nobody's happy
Well,
with any of these games.
I guess no one filled you in, but this last Mario Golf game killed my family.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You didn't know.
I didn't.
They should. Okay, I agree with you on everything except for Mario Golf.
Sure, golf. I just pulled.
Yeah.
I needed one. That was the one that came out.
Golf needs it, but yeah, I don't know.
You know, it's like soccer had a fucking tournament mode.
Yeah.
I played that. I was content. I didn't need to do it again. What the problem with Mario Soccer is that you can't do 4v4 online. That's the problem with that game. You do 2v2. That's the issue.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
How could anyone support that and feel good about their purchase?
I did because I had fun with it. You can do 4v4 local, it's just not online for some reason.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. The I don't really have a thought about this. I guess I got kind of burned when I bought tennis when it came out,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't really fun by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But then I figured it out, and they never were going to be for me, and it was okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's completely fair and to be disappointed with that, but it's like to me at least, they've always been the multiplayer game.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
fair. To
I
me, it's
don't
always been
Mhm.
just golf, and so that's just a solitary experience.
Sure.
But I guess I don't really have a thought about the other ones.
That's fair. Because golf is the one that I really haven't played much personally.
Even in real life, golf is kind of a solitary experience. You know,
Yeah, truly. So
I love golf. Did you end up picking up everybody's golf switch, whatever it was called?
no, I looked into it and I wasn't into the like the pick a roster to go golfing.
Yeah, that was upsetting to me. It's kind of got better, but yeah, I hope at some point they just don't have a roster thing like that.
Yeah. So anyway, if Mario Baseball shows up, even post purchasing Strikers, I'll buy it again. I'll play with my brother. I'll have a blast this summer, and then play it once in a while because that's what those games are meant for. But do you see a world where they have an actual Mario game here? Like, because I know the movie's out in April. People have been talking that up forever, whether it's 2D, 3D, whatever. Like, do you think that they could have a non-Mario sports game at this direct?
I don't think they have a honestly even a Mario Sports game. I've been led to believe that to not muddy the marketing of the movie
Mhm.
or even the theme park right now, they
Mhm.
don't put out a game.
That's
That's how I feel.
reasonable.
I think they just like hope people are inspired by Chris Pratt in this Mario film or inspired by their a delicious mushroom meal they have at Universal Studios, and they go out and like buy a Switch in like Mario Kart or something.
I think that is probably fair and probably likely, honestly.
I would love a new 2D Mario though, like right now.
Yeah, me too. I think that would hit at a perfect time. I did 3D World Co-op last year. That was a blast. I wanted more of that experience, and I know it's not the same thing, but course-based co-op 2D Mario would be very welcome right now for me as well. But is it likely?
When they make it, do you think it looks like the movie Chris Pratt?
Um, no, I think it's gonna look like the new Bros.
They have to change that at some point.
No, they don't.
Oh my god.
I think it's gonna look like the new Bros. It's gonna have maybe a few more polygons, but it's gonna be for sure that art style.
Even in Super Mario Maker 2, that the 2D courses you have for 3D World
Yeah,
look
look great.
so much better.
Yeah,
Oh,
I agree. I agree. I'm just telling you what I think is gonna happen.
I would love if they were like, "Yo, you see those Rayman games? That's us now." It's like hand drawn Mario.
Yeah, I would love that. Even if they went for like the you know how they have like the 2D promotional art for Mario? They like the Switch icons are like that for like
Yes.
characters. Like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If they went that direction with it too, I'd be really into it.
If it looked like Paper Mario but like a 2D side scroller,
Yeah, I'd be into that
I'd
too.
I'd play it.
But I I think it's more likely. I've seen some people out here going bonkers thinking that they're gonna announce like Odyssey 2 or something in the next couple months. Not a chance. But a 2D Mario, I think, is like for sure more likely than that. But I do think Mario Sports is probably going to be the thing they announce around this time.
I think what would be fun with Mario Sports, it might entice the more the general population to get into these games, is if they put real life people in it, athletes. The same way you have LeBron James like multiverses, I think you could put Big Poppy and Super Sluggers.
That'd be awesome. Because I mean, real world things invaded Mario Kart.
Yes, Mercedes.
What's stopping the Boston Red Sox?
Right? I think that'd be so fun, but maybe it'd be stupid. But I think it'd
Like,
be awesome.
it could be fun, or you just get like someone like David Ortiz to play like an original character. You know,
That'd be cool.
like you get somebody. It's like, hey, Big Poppy is playing Pizza Poppy in the Mushroom Kingdom, and he's the king of
Yeah.
baseball. You know,
Yes.
there you go. What about Square Enix? Do you think Square Enix is gonna do anything here? They always love Nintendo Directs.
Yeah. They're gonna be here with the HD 2D Chrono Trigger.
Fuck yeah. Do you
I
actually think
want to
that'll
play Live
happen?
Alive, man. I need to play Live Alive. Live Alive.
I think it's Live Alive.
I would like to. I would like to play that. I don't know if it's coming out to PC at some point, and I should wait. But that game sounds cool.
It really does, and I've listened to some of the Yoko Shimomura tracks from that game, and they're great.
No doubt.
Um, and it does interest me because I did love Chrono when I played Chrono, and I know that this game heavily inspired the production of Chrono Trigger. But I would like Chrono to even just get a port. I think for how long it's been, they'd probably do the HD 2D treatment to it. And I know they still have Dragon Quest to show off, so it's probably not the right time, but it would be really cool.
I they could they could do that. Like I mean, I feel like Square Enix always announces like way too many things,
They do.
especially if they even like look like each other. Like we have Octopath Triangle Strategy and like Dragon Quest H2D all announced within pretty similar time frames. I feel like.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I forgot those Final Fantasy Pixel remasters are coming out to Switch too soon, right?
Yeah, is there a date on that yet? Is it like May?
I thought it was like March. I thought it was early March,
Okay.
but
Then
that
yeah,
might
maybe
be the
they get
retail copy.
some promo.
Yeah, they have a pretty good. You played that PC version of Chrono Trigger, right?
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was
Yeah,
fantastic.
they should. It's just my thing is that it felt like it was so hard to get the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters on Switch finally
Hmm.
that I'm sure Square Enix is not thinking about it Chrono Trigger in that same way because they're crazy.
I think you're correct. But you know what's not on the docket for Square Enix right now? And you just said, I know they announced a lot of things that seem very similar. They're lacking currently an announced tactics game.
Are they?
Tactics Ogre came out, Triangle Strategy came out. You know what's next? I hope.
What? Yeah, yeah. Final Fantasy Tactics remastered. Is that the? Is that it?
It is it. I want Omar. This is the Final Fantasy game I've longed to play for the longest amount of time.
Yeah.
I want to play it so bad. Especially, I skipped Fire Emblem this year, so it's now is a perfect time. I'm hungry for a strategy game. I want to play this one. It's probably going to be my. I don't know if the story's as good as people say it is with this type of gameplay. Like that could be huge for me personally.
Yeah. Um. No. That was in the Nvidia leak, right? The Tactics remaster.
It was, yeah.
So it's happening, no doubt.
I feel like from what I heard about what they did to Tactics Ogre, they didn't change like that much to it. They didn't do like a ton of work to it.
They did a bit. Like
Yeah.
they changed like I feel like they honestly changed more than I thought they would have.
Mhm.
Like it looks like a proper. They did a great job with that.
Sure, yeah. I'm not trying to downplay it. I just think in terms of being prepared to show a Final Fantasy version of that for Final Fantasy Tactics,
Oh yeah.
like it's been 4 months, five almost. Like that. That's probably good to announce at least.
Since Ogre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Announce it.
I'm sure it's been like. I'm sure. Honestly, I don't even know because I feel like, uh, it's probably just Square Enix put out like 15 games in like a month last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like a lot of those could have used space, but for some reason we're getting space with tactics. I don't really know why. Um, I feel like it could be at this direct, but also like we might not see it for another like 9 months or something.
That is a very real possibility.
And what if it's like it? What if it's real, but it's not on Twitch or something stupid?
I mean, listen, if it is only on PlayStation, I'll play it on PlayStation. But I feel like Nintendo's got, a little priority when it comes to them announcing some older games like that, right?
I hope so. Do you think it's like Do you think it's looks like an HE2D thing, or is it more of like the Tactics Ogre kind of remaster style?
I think it's definitely going to be more in line with Tactics Ogre.
Cool.
Is my guess.
The Tactics Ogre thing, I actually picked it up and they made a really great job porting that to like PC too. It has like proper like mouse and keyboard support, like a strategy game would on PC.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is like, well, I want to play that.
Yeah, I am hungry for a game like that, so I'm hoping it's this one. If not, Advance Wars is maybe here.
Or Tactics Ogre?
Is it not on Switch?
No, it is.
Okay.
I was just saying. Oh, I thought you were looking for a strategy game.
Oh no.
There's also Triangle Strategy.
That's true.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, I liked the demo I played. It was just poor timing. Elden Ring came out.
Oh yeah.
Is it time for a new Switch Online app? We skipped last year. They didn't add a new app last year.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just looking in terms of the Square Enix release stuff. Like, they put out Tactics Ogre and Triangle Strategy on PC in the same month.
That is wild.
Isn't that crazy? And I'm sorry. What was your question?
Is it time for a new Switch Online app? Because 2022 did not have one. 2021 added N64.
Nah, dude. We got the vouchers. We got all the value we need.
That is true.
I kind of expect them to never add anything to Switch Online ever again.
Even with the Game Boy leak last year, testing that
Even
thing.
with that leak, I might just be cynical and not believe it, but I think Nintendo right now is like, we just gave them GoldenEye. That's good for a year. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think the only thing left, I want to say, outside of that, remember there was like that last Direct had the batch of like, hey, it's GoldenEye and Pilot Wings and the Mario parties. I think the only things that haven't released yet are Mario Party 3 and Excitebike 64. So we got 2 more months at least of N64 games. Oh, and the Pokemon Stadiums 1 and 2 hasn't dropped yet. Those were announced.
Yeah. I think they found out that everyone just does the family plan thing and decided to not put any value on the service.
It definitely slowed down because there was what like 2 months where we didn't get a single game, right? Like
I really don't follow it, but I believe it.
I think because Mario Party 1 and 2 dropped at the same day, and I think that's was like end of October, and then November didn't have anything. I think, and then December didn't have anything, and then now January we get GoldenEye. So yeah, I don't know. To me though, like the adding the app always feels like a September thing or like fall direct. So I don't think this would be here, even if it's
No, yeah,
something.
it was
this year.
weird that we didn't get it last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I still play Tetris 99 sometimes. That was a great little thing.
Do you think that they have a fun little surprise like that in store? Because I think Tetris 99 was announced at a February direct.
You know what they could do? They could bring back Mario 99 or whatever that was.
Oh yeah, the anniversary thing.
Yeah, maybe they put that back out again.
Was that fun? I never tried it.
I never tried it either. And now we'll never know.
Well, I was convinced they were gonna do that something like that for Donkey Kong for the anniversary, and they never did. Like Donkey Kong 40 or something.
But they did finally put out the arcade version of Donkey Kong on the Switch, I think.
They did, yeah, which was cool.
But you're right. That would have been that one makes sense. But I don't even know if they can.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like they're like, are there like weird rights issues with Donkey Kong?
I don't think so.
Like the arcade version of it, at least.
Maybe I'm not super familiar with that, but I know like with the original game, it's like I think they own it fully.
Okay.
But, I mean, speaking of DK, we just heard Seth Rogen speak as DK.
So, I actually haven't heard him speak yet. Is it crazy?
It's just Seth Rogen.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You like my laugh though there?
Yeah, that was great.
I'm sorry. He's great.
Yeah, I love that. Best casting. Do you think that rumored DK game exists? 2D, 3D, whatever it is, anything?
Yeah, I think it exists for sure. There's even like, there's too much smoke, man. I don't need a leaker to tell me that. But a freaking Donkey Kong expansion happening in the park, right?
Yeah.
And
spin-off movie.
His spin-off movie, the presence honestly in this one is honestly a surprise too.
Mm-hmm.
Like something's up for sure.
They could show
I don't know what it is.
They could show nothing else at this direct and just a Donkey Kong project. And as long as it's not like a stupid racing thing, unless it's Diddy Kong Racing, I would be content. It could be any Donkey Kong project. Or okay, unless it's Conga, unless it's like the stupid bongo thing, I'll be happy. I'd even take the jungle. Remember the jungle climber thing,
dude?
I'd even take that.
There's so much weird shit they made with that guy.
Yeah, there's so much.
The GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that, man. I would love any of those, but also, yeah, I hope a new platformer, 3D or 2D. I'd lose it. I feel like, you know, it might just come later though than this show, but I do think it exists and I think it's real.
What do you think is more likely? Because I think we talked about this before. I think you suggested this once. what you just said about the movie, like this Mario movie and the presence of Donkey Kong in it. Do you think that perhaps whatever Donkey Kong game that we've been hearing about for like 2 years at this point is the game they release around the Mario movie? Be it 2D, 3D, whatever. Just be like, hey, Donkey Kong was in that movie and we just put out a Donkey Kong game. It's not like stealing Mario's thunder, but
No, I
there's a
suppose
game.
you're right. That could be something. Um, what if it's like, mm, I don't even know, man. It feels like because the movie comes out in April, right?
Yeah,
Zelda is the next month.
that is true.
I just don't see it happening
Unless it gets
now,
pushed.
unless it gets pushed.
And maybe we've been hearing about DK so long that maybe they are sitting on it.
It could be, and maybe it's like, how long has it been since like Bowser's Fury? Like,
Oof,
is it 2
yeah.
years coming up?
I think that
Like,
was February 2021. Yeah.
that rumor was that it was an internal Nintendo like project EAD or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think was those guys too. Like, it'd be cool if there was like a shadow drop. Like, hey, here's a $40 little Donkey Kong game or something. I don't know. Experiment.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Vania.
Yeah,
Give me that. I'd play the hell out of it.
Donk Souls.
Dark Souls, yeah, dude.
Mhm.
Hell, even at this point, I would take them being like Donkey Kong 64 is coming to the Switch Online app. Or Diddy Kong Racing. If they can get it done, Banjo's already on there. There you go.
I think it's like
licensing fine.
I think it's messed up that the only way to play Donkey Kong Country Returns is on a Wii or a 3DS. I
Yeah,
would,
I would love to play that.
me too. Do that and then get David Wise to rescore it or something, or maybe Grant Kirkhope. Maybe I don't know, but
Yeah, I would genuinely love that if they gave that like a deluxe version.
and they staple on that like that 3D experiment we were talking about, like Bowser's Fury style.
Sure, yeah, something like that. Anything really, because I would even take. I think I saw this as like a concept somebody did, like a fan art thing, but like somebody did like a upscaled version of the Donkey Kong Country trilogy for the Super Nintendo with just like crisper visuals, but it's still based off those 3D renders.
Yeah,
Even something like that, I'd be down. Genuinely anything except for their stupid bongo conga game or a racing game.
Barrel Blast. That was a racing one.
That was the racing one. I owned it. It sucked.
That's cool.
I played it a lot, but in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, that was kind of a bad racing game.
Yeah, I never played it.
What's your dream out of this direct? You know, you lead
My
this
dream,
you lead this discussion saying you love Nintendo. My dream's clearly Donkey Kong. What is yours?
man. I fucking love F-Zero
Yeah.
so much. It's like my favorite. It's one of my favorite things. I I would like, you know. But every time we do predictions cast, I say F-Zero.
I say
So
Donkey
at
Kong
some
every
point,
time. I say Donkey
okay,
Kong and Twilight Princess every time.
all right. Well, and surely one day, one of us or both of us will be right. But yeah, man, if we can get a new F-Zero, I'll take anything.
F-Zero
If they,
99.
I would take that if they want to like. I still play GX daily. I play X monthly.
Mm-hmm.
I think, it would be something beautiful if we got a remaster of GX with online support. Be something wonderful.
What
Even
if
without
it's
online, I would just love it.
what if it's an F-Zero Death Race roguelike?
What?
It's
What the
it's
hell
a
is that?
it's F-Zero that you know and love, high speed intensity, but you can
The
pick
track
up
never ends.
the track never ends until you end.
At this point, man, that's just fucking Temple Run.
Isn't every rogue like that then?
Well, The thing about Temple Run is that the stage never seems to end.
Okay.
But
Well, okay, we'll give it an ending, but give it like Hades, like there's 3 stages, you know?
man, there's something I think so integral about how fast that car goes and how that track has to be designed around it.
Mm-hmm.
That I think it needs a careful eye
Sure.
to design a track. You know, when I look at society, Christian,
Mm-hmm.
and the rampancy of AI art, I need F Zero to be handcrafted.
Sure.
It'd be sick though if it was like I'm thinking small like remasters. If there's like a brand new F Zero game, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
Sega made it, holy crap!
that'd be cool. I mean, F-Zero, I feel like you could get away with doing something, right? Like, do you think Nintendo would do like a digital only release of just like a pretty simple, basic, modern version of an F-Zero game? Or would they have to like prop it up to be a $60 thing, do you think?
I think the thing they think big with F Zero. I think to them it's either nothing at all or massive.
Okay.
They apparently like had contacted Criterion to try and maybe make an F Zero game like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which at the time, you think about Criterion, those are the guys to get. And then they couldn't, and then they didn't do anything with the franchise. Then okay, maybe that small tease in Nintendo Land is kind of fucked up,
Mm.
but it's there. I think I think if they I think they make a big experience and they expect $60 if it's a full new game or if it's a remaster, then hopefully discounted. I don't know. It could just be like, hey, Nintendo Switch Online perk, you have F Zero GX now or something. I don't know.
Yeah, do you think we get any other GameCube stuff, like ports or remasters or anything like that?
Other than potentially F Zero,
Yeah, anything come to mind?
no. The only one we've got so far is Sunshine, right? Um,
I mean, how technical do you want to get? Because we have Resident Evil 4 on there.
oh, I was thinking like Nintendo stuff that's like I guess running on that
Oh, on
weird
the
game
emulator.
emulator they have.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I guess it's just Sunshine, but
Isn't
there's all the
there
other stuff.
rumblings of a Baten Kaitos?
I saw that. Uh, that'd be insane.
Have you played any of those? I've heard that name before. I'm sure if I
No,
saw it, I'd
I never
recognize
have.
it.
I hear it's got cards in it.
Ugh. Alright.
I know. Um, I don't know. What do you want out of F Zero?
I mean, I can't see a world where there's not some integral online component, which is why my mind goes to F-Zero 99,
Yeah,
which again, I guess you could do that track based, but I feel like that would get boring fast if you're trying to outrace 98 other players.
sure.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like F-Zero you are the fan here. Do you believe F-Zero has been outclassed today?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not at all. I don't think there's anything like F Zero. I love Wipeout as well.
Uh-huh.
It's so good, but it's honestly a completely different feel than F Zero.
Okay. Okay.
Um, no one's come close. People try, um, and no disrespect, but yeah, man, I think F Zero is awesome. It's too fast. And honestly, I'd be scared that if they made it again today, they wouldn't make it as fast.
I think that's a fair concern because I've tried to play the N64 one.
Yeah.
Oof, that is.
It,
I'm not talking quality. I'm just saying that is difficult.
no, for sure. It's such a my favorite thing in video games is those games that get you into like that zone state. You're not thinking about anything but the speed, and that's F Zero for me.
Yeah. What about
What's up?
if the Switch truly is beginning to decline post Zelda? Do we dip into the 3DS for ports?
Bro, are you gonna talk about Kid Icarus?
I'm going to talk about Kid Icarus.
Yo, Yeah, I would
Sakurai's
love
been on
that.
vacation for too long.
Yeah. Uh, there's there's a shop, the retro game shop in the mall that has a copy of Kid Icarus Uprising on 3DS sealed for
Ooh.
$300.
Oh,
That game got rare, which I didn't even know.
that's wild.
Um,
I mean,
isn't
he's
it?
been talking about it since Smash finished. Like, he's mentioned Kid Icarus, I feel like, a lot.
Yeah, I would. You know, Kid Icarus on a ported on a console with dual analog would be so nice. Would be so nice. The only thing better would have been if it came out on the Wii U as well.
Sure.
But I think that'd be awesome. Imagine they like put out Kid Icarus Uprising on the Wii U, like today,
Mm-hmm.
like next month. Like, hey, we have one last game.
Was Star Fox one of the last Wii U games they did? Zero?
Uh, well, Breath of the Wild,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
Good
think
point.
Zero and Guard. You can't forget Guard for the year before.
True. But do you feel excited for this unannounced direct right now?
Yeah, I think so. I'm always excited about these. Shadow drops could be cool. I just kind of like fun stuff like that. And F-Zero would be sick. Any ports do you want?
Um, I mean, there's some Fire Emblem games on the 3DS, mainly Awakening, that I will play on my 3DS, but if they ported it, I'd play it on Switch instead. Um, but outside of that, I mean, I never played A Link Between Worlds, but I don't see that happening the same year
That game was
as
sick.
Tears of the Kingdom. Um, I still think it'd be cool if they ported the 3DS Ocarina Majora, but again, not the same year as Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, for sure.
So, as far as 3DS games go, I can't really think of any that would be realistic. I would like to play Kid Icarus Uprising. I'd play that if it
Yeah.
came out this year. But yeah, beyond that, I don't think so. I mean, like I love the GameCube, so if there was any cool GameCube game they announced, that'd be sweet. But
I kind
oh,
of want to play Samus Returns.
oh yeah, that is a very good one. Yeah. Wow, Dread was
Honestly,
a year and a half ago, right?
what was it, a year and a half ago?
Dread.
Dread? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
It's too soon to announce the new 2D Metroid, right?
Yes, I mean, don't they talk about? Did we? Are we ending this? Did we talk about the Metroid Prime thing?
We can talk about that here.
Okay. Yeah. Is that happening? The
The
Metroid
Prime
Prime
remake
remaster? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do you think it's happening?
Do I think it exists, or like, do I think it's happening tomorrow?
Do you think
Or
it's
Marvel's-
happening at this direct?
Probably not, I guess. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
I mean, I played the 2D Metroids except 2 because I didn't want to play the original or the fan remake.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like cracking open the 3DS. But I played all the other 2D Metroids and I loved them. So I'd be down if they announced a new one, but I think like you said, like they got to do something with Prime cuz this month I think was 4 years since they restarted Prime 4.
Yes.
So like, what's going on with that? Like I don't think they can
There was
announce
a
another 2D Metroid.
pandemic.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
Retro's gotta cook.
Let them cook.
Any how about like a Namco collaboration or something? I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe they got. Maybe Star Fox is alive.
That the Star Fox Assault port.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the ones porting Kid Icarus Uprising. I don't know. You know those leaks, those
Yeah.
like weird LinkedIn listings. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember I was on board with thinking it was Assault, but especially with how often Sakurai is talking about Kid Icarus, that feels like it's more likely.
Yeah.
But I think I finally cracked what's going down with Mario. For the
What's going
Mario
down?
movie,
Okay.
they will announce at this direct that for 60 US dollars, right after you watch that Mario movie in April, you can go home, open up the Switch eShop on your Switch, wait a good 45 seconds for it to load, and then your credit card's already saved in there, charge it to play Super Mario Galaxy 2 HD.
That would be cool. I would kill for that.
It's weird that they never did anything with it, right? But like, there hasn't been a Mario game in a minute.
They could also just be like, "Hello, back from the vault. Super Mario 3D All Stars is available again."
No, you're right. That's it. That is it. You nailed it.
That is it, isn't it?
Yeah. Because you
We
can
talk.
still find that in a store, but on the Switch eShop, they're gonna make a deal out of that. You know.
My friend, my some guy I know recently bought a copy of it from eBay, and I was like, "Damn, how much does that cost?" And he was like, $63.
Do you remember the rage?
I do remember the rage.
I mean, warranted, I guess, but I feel like there was also that thing of like, in this, who's like thinking that this is gonna become a rare collector's item? I don't think anybody was really sold on. Some people were for sure, but like, I feel like that made no waves.
Have you ever seen that picture of that lady on the Wii U launch, and she's got a SUV filled with like 30 Wii U's?
Yeah.
She's so cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I kind of fall into that FOMO thing a lot, where I think, oh, I gotta preserve this, and I own a physical copy of 3D All Stars that has not appreciated at all, but I
Mhm.
also own a physical copy of the Fire Emblem 30th Anniversary Edition with the. You remember that?
I do.
Yeah, I have that. I don't think it's appreciated either, but
That's unfortunate.
in 10 years, my kids will thank me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
The freaking Mario Game and Watch did not appreciate, and that actually pissed me off.
yeah, I mean, I doubt the Zelda one has either because that I saw the
That
other
one has
day.
depreciated.
Yeah, it's $20 at Walmart.
I did not buy that one. I will try and buy it discounted, but for fun reasons and not for collector's reasons.
Um, any other things you're thinking about? Just like anything you'd like to see from Nintendo this year that could show up at the Direct? Anything? I know we both want F-Zero and Donkey Kong. That's always the dream, but uh anything else come to mind from them?
Luigi's Mansion 4.
That'd be cool.
I really don't know what I want, to be honest.
I don't either, man. I feel like I remember when I was getting back into Nintendo, like NX was popping up, like that time period. And I was like, "Oh, what should I catch up on?" Because I didn't have a Wii U. I got my 3DS late. It's like, okay,
Yeah, I was
what
with
what
you, I think.
I think so, yeah. I was like, what should I do? What should I pick up? And getting back into the Nintendo Circles online, like it was dire. And I feel like we're not there with the Switch currently, but I feel like we might be on the cusp of like it's a slow time now. You know, like we all feel the Switch 2 coming. I think within the next 18 months, 18 to 20.
Hope so.
Yeah, is that realistic? You think?
Yeah,
I think
I don't.
between Zelda coming out and December of this year, we will hear Doug Bowser say a code name. Is my guess.
I feel like, you know, my entire life, maybe not my entire life, but since I started really thinking about things when I was like 12 and the Wii was on its way out, the Wii U was coming, and it was so dry
Mm-hmm.
on both fronts for a while. And the Switch, I never really, maybe I'm just too bored all the time, but I feel like the pace of releases was never quite satisfying either. obviously they had more games, I think, but like feel like I always feel the gaps in the schedule.
Sure.
They never topped that launch year with Mario and Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2019 was pretty good. Is that when they did Fire Emblem and Astral Chain and stuff?
Yep, that was 2019. Yeah, I feel like I definitely hear you. I think there's usually been at least one thing I'm really excited for every
Yeah,
year, plus a Pokemon game. So that's two.
right.
But I get
And
you.
we are getting Zelda too, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
That's the biggest thing they could do, I think.
Oh, 100%.
Probably.
Yeah, they could do nothing else this year, genuinely, and I'd still probably say it was an all right year. you know?
Yeah, it's just not. Well, I'm very excited for that game, but otherwise, this doesn't feel that exciting right now.
Yeah, and in relation to this specific direct, I feel like it's either all Zelda or it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Uh, man. But you know what? I would love to see some more Platinum Game stuff with them.
yeah, well, there's
I'm
that
assuming
Bayonetta
it's on the
game,
way.
right?
Yes, there is that, and like, I think at some point we're gonna get an Astral Chain too.
Hmm.
You know,
That was
maybe
announced at a
that's
February direct.
was it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. But I wonder now at this point, honestly, maybe I don't want to see it because I want to make sure it's a Switch 2 game. you know,
Yeah.
but you know,
Is there any game announced at this direct that ends with a 2024?
I don't think so. Maybe Pikmin if they're crazy. Wait, was that 2023?
That's 2023.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I don't know.
Metroid
I
Prime
don't think
4.
so. But that's already been announced, right? I guess we don't have a date on that.
Yeah, there's no date.
I do feel like the next time we see Metroid Prime 4, though, it has to be a big blowout.
That's a good point.
Or I don't know. The same way, like, I can't remember the first time we saw Bayonetta 3 again. Oh, wait, that was a pretty simple. That was like a 5-minute trailer?
I think that was the one where we thought it was Astral Chain, right?
Yes, yes. Was that 2022 that trailer showed up, or was that 2021?
I don't remember.
Okay, okay.
But yeah. Overall, I think this is gonna be solid. I just need a Zelda trailer that's in the same ballpark as the 2017 one. Would love Final Fantasy Tactics, DK, maybe a good looking Mario baseball.
How about, like, Nier 3?
Ooh, okay, okay. What if, slightly related, do we get a dumb Kingdom Hearts spinoff? Because they love putting those on Nintendo consoles.
They do.
And it's been a minute. The last one we had was the rhythm game. They got a mobile game that is like Pokemon Go. It's like a GPS mobile game.
Yeah.
I know Kingdom Hearts 4 is not going to be on the Switch, but do they
For the
fix
Switch
their
2,
wrongs? Switch 2.
though,
Did they right
yeah,
their wrongs and release
we'll get
normal? Yeah.
we'll get an Aqua game, maybe.
I was gonna say, did they release like a native version of the PS2 games?
Oh my god. Oh, I see. Oh man, that'd be sick.
I would still buy it if they did it finally. Like
Yeah.
it's like it took you long enough, but I would still buy it.
You know,
But
I don't understand Square Enix, man.
I don't either.
Did you see like they sold Tomb Raider for $600 million?
Yeah.
Like they are Embracer profited 300 million already.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Babylon's Fall Switch, maybe.
Ooh, okay. Last thing. This was announced I want to say over a year ago. It's gonna be on Switch. Just, I think they've said that, and also historically, the series always targets whatever the most popular console is at the time. Right now,
Yeah.
it's Switch. Do we see Dragon Quest 12?
No, I think it's too soon, potentially.
Really? 11 was 2017, 18?
Yes, not necessarily that, but just from that reveal, and I think like if we see that, that'll be a Japan focused show probably first. Like
Is it though? Because didn't they say this one's going to be a worldwide release?
they did say that they did. You're right, but I just feel like Dragon Quest stuff gets announced in like a real ass like press conference in Japan.
Okay, fair.
You know what? Can I pull out one that's crazy though?
Sure.
I got one. I think tomorrow, or sorry, I keep saying tomorrow. I don't know when this thing's happening, if it is happening. But
Oh,
on
you
this
know what?
Nintendo
You know
Direct-
what?
what's
I'll
up? Yeah, let me
hold.
hear it.
No, we haven't said when we're recording this yet. I'll hold this until they announce the direct.
Okay, I guess
So
that's
that every
fair. What
time you
happens
say
if they never
tomorrow-
announce it.
You're
Yeah.
right.
All right.
But what were you gonna say?
The Impossible port. I think Elden Ring is going to be on Switch.
Dude.
Can you
Skip.
see it? Can you see it in your head?
I can.
I can too.
The thing is, I think you have a point. And it's not, I don't think it's a cloud version either. I think it is a native version of Elden Ring.
No, I think they just port Elden Ring to the Switch.
Skip over Dark Souls 2, 3, Sekiro.
In my head, I was gonna start with Dark Souls 2, but then I kept thinking about like, wait, why don't they just do Elden Ring? I was like, oh man, they might.
I think you got a point.
Would you play it again on Switch?
If they put the Master Sword in the game, I would.
That'd be sick, dude.
Full playthrough again, just with that. I'd RP Link. That's what happened to Twilight Princess Link. He went to Elden Ring.
Cause dude, if they put like Skyrim on Switch, they must be some guy there going like, yo, Elden Ring could be a Switch game.
Yeah, and I mean, there's already a jank with all the FromSoft games that, like, if you just, like, Elden Ring in 480p, I don't think anybody's
Yeah.
going to make a big stink.
At like 18 frames, it might be the definitive version.
Maybe, yeah.
You think it comes with the DLC, Barbarians of the Badlands?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I know we keep saying last thing, but there was something I just remembered. And would you believe me if Pokemon. I know
Yes.
Pokemon Day is the end of the month, but like, man, they gotta give another update. I know they just like 2 weeks ago they were like, "Hey, we have an update coming. It's gonna address a lot of things for like
Oh,
March."
for Scarlet and Violet?
Either that or the element of a sweatshirt leaker said, "Let's go Johto." This year.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Do you see a Pokemon thing at this direct, or do they save that for the Pokemon Presents at the end of February, which they typically do?
Well, I think there's absolutely going to be a Pokemon game in November,
Okay.
probably. They've just been making too many of them, and I can't see it stopping now.
Mm-hmm.
I know was there a gap here between Sword and Shield and like Arceus or something?
Yes,
Or
because
Diamond and Pearl, yeah.
Sword and Shield was 2019, and then 2020 June we had expansion 1. 2020 November, I think we had expansion 2.
Right. So I guess they could do that same thing with Scarlet and Violet.
They could, yes, and I think that's probably the case. But
Yeah.
I love Let's Go, so if they did another one, I would be happy about that.
That would be cool. I like Let's Go too. Visually one of the best looking Pokemon games on Switch, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the style they went for. I like that they divided gameplay of like catching and battling to 2 separate mechanics. Like that was very refreshing.
No, it was
So.
cool. It was a pretty good remake. Like it kind of kept that localization, I think, that
Mhm.
script, which I appreciated. I like that kid that's like something like I wear. He's talking about his trousers. Do you know that kid?
Yeah, the shorts kid.
Yeah, the shortest kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Do you think Pokemon can they get away with not patching it at this point? I know they did one patch, but are they done with it now?
No, they made a comment that I think they'd be in some hot water on if they didn't backtrack.
Okay,
Because like it
all
was
right.
like in the last couple weeks they said that there is a thing, like I think they said there was an update coming in either end of February or at some point in March. And they didn't say specifically it's like it's gonna fix the game, but it's like we're gonna have a sizable like update for the game to address some things. They were very vague about it, but they did say that something was coming.
All right, all right.
So I'd like to play more of that game. Just fix the memory leak, you know?
Man, memory leaks. I hate those.
Yeah.
I feel like every PC game that comes out has a memory leak in it. Like
That's
what?
why you go for the consoles, Omar.
And look at what you've done to yourself. Look, you believe that, and you're out here playing a Pokemon game with a damn memory leak. Sorry.
Do you have any other final thoughts on the direct?
Me?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't think so. Sin and Punishment 3. I don't know.
Port Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 finally. That's the last word for me. That's the last ask, Nintendo. Because the thing, remember last year there were like talks that like, oh, it's gonna be like a GameCube heavy year. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
lot of ports now. I feel like we didn't get that, so maybe it slipped.
they
Maybe
should
it's this year.
make another Fire Emblem Cross Shin Megami Tensei.
I was just gonna ask about Persona, but I forgot that we have that now.
That just happened. Uh, but you know what could happen?
I think you're gonna
That
say what I think you're gonna say.
wait, no. Oh, you think I'm gonna say Persona 6?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I was thinking about that, but this is probably not the event. But that'd be sick though. Um, I think there's that other project they've been making. The guys who made Director Persona 5 that
Oh
went out and
yeah,
yeah. I
the
believe
fantasy game.
yes. I think a recent quote I heard of it said like, yeah, we're like kind of nearing the end of production here or something. Was that last year? Maybe 2 years ago they said that.
I don't
So
recall, but that would be super cool.
I think 2 years. I want to say it was like 2 years ago that like the guy said like, yeah, we're nearing the end of production on like Project Triangle. Was it something fantasy? Refantasy? Refantasy. I think.
So, can you inform me? Because I have not looked into this much, but I'm on a big
Yes.
fantasy kick the last like couple years. Is this gonna be tied in? Well, like, is Jack Frost gonna be in this game, or is this like a whole new thing?
You know, that's a great question. I actually don't know. I
Okay,
was. It sounded like it was a brand new fantasy universe,
sick. That's awesome.
but they could. I mean, I wouldn't mind a little Jack Frost to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And it's like it's the big leads from Persona 5, Persona 3, 4, and 5 that then left, and then not didn't leave, but went to a different team. I guess they found a new team.
Yeah, and I mean, Persona 5 released on the PS3,
Yes,
so maybe this project could release on the lowly Nintendo Switch. You know?
absolutely. I think Atlas has started doing stuff on like I want to say yeah, Nocturne, and I feel like Soul Hackers 2 was maybe on both on Unity or something like that.
Hmm.
But this game has been they've been making it for so long. This is definitely on like the Persona 5 engine or something. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, that's cool. I hope that we at least see that this year then, because I completely forgot that existed. Now I'm very excited for that.
everyone does. I always forget it exists to be honest. I don't even know if it really does even, but I hope it does.
That didn't have an art leak, right?
It didn't have an art leak, but it had like a trailer, and you can see the Persona artist guy is going off there.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look
And
at
it
that.
looks it looks so sick actually. Oh my god, I'm looking at this image again. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna we're streaming, but bro, oh my god.
I think the thing I was thinking of was the if you recall, there was I think a Monolith Soft Fantasy IP leak that was some
Yes.
concept art. People thought it was a Zelda.
I remember that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
cool
the Persona
armor.
guy going off, right?
Yeah, that is some cool designs. A fool's journey begins. Oh man,
Dude, whenever that comes out, that's game of the year.
I think you're right. I hope that's this year, man. Because if we recall, if we rewind the clock, I forget where you fell on this. I think inform me, please. But in 2017 was a big year for games. We
It
had
was.
we had a showdown of titans, Goaty time. It was some people were fighting Mario Odyssey, some people fighting Breath of the Wild, and my favorite game of that year was Persona 5. So if we can get Tears of the Kingdom against Persona Fantasy Fool Journey in the year 2023, what a rematch that would be, you know?
With Nier 3 as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't forget Yakuza Gaiden
Of course.
and Like a
Horizon's getting
Dragon.
a fucking thing this year.
That's important.
Yeah.
Uh, I can't remember what else came out in 2017. PUBG 2, maybe.
Mario Kart 8, we're getting more courses. That's basically another game.
Uh huh.
This is 2017 too, truly.
Uh, oh my god. Do you think Dead Space remake could be 2017's, 2022's Prey? 2023's Prey?
In that it gets overlooked.
Space horror that gets overlooked, maybe? I don't know.
Sure, okay, I can see that.
I think Dead Space is doing better than Prey, but I don't know. I do feel like maybe Dead Space might have not sold too well, and that's why Respawn canceled the single player game. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but you know.
I want to say that refantasy thing might be a strategy thing too. I'm not sure.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
that is incredible. It keeps getting better.
You know what? Oh wait. Okay.
Even if it's not, that's still really exciting. I'm still very interested in this thing, and now I'm hoping that we hear about it this year because that would be dope.
Bro, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, maybe it'll be at the Nintendo Direct tomorrow.
It could be.
Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't be. I mean, Atlas. I know they've been weird and they've been getting things out on other platforms now, but like, what are the chances that this new IP isn't multi-platform? I feel like they
Very.
have a new IP. I feel like would have to at this point because they've seen how well their stuff does, right?
No, yeah. Because there's always the baggage of Shin Megami Tensei,
Yeah,
where you think like, okay, that has to be on Nintendo platforms now, right? Because of 4 and 3DS. Sorry, 4 and 5. But like Persona, you've always thought PlayStation, but like a new IP, there's no prior experience there, you know. So you could either think that it's multi-platform, or it's the Xbox game.
either way, I'm in.
Me too.
But we'll wait and see what's in store with this direct. I don't think there will be reactions going on unless Omar, you react on something. Are you planning that?
Yes, give me the direct key stream, and I will be here.
Sweet. Anything you'd like to shout out before we sign off?
I got nothing.
Sweet. Thank you for listening, everybody. Enjoy the Nintendo Direct. Let us know how well we did, how poorly we did with these predictions once we see the answers. But yeah, I hope Tears of the Kingdom is good. That's the energy we're leaving off on because I think that's the big takeaway of the Direct.
Do you think it might not be?
I think there's a chance. Like, look at some of the discussion we've had with some of the recent sequels to big games from 4 years ago. Oh, it's just more of this, you know?
Oh, sure.
And I think Zelda could be in a case where it suffers that comparison as well. For me, that's not a problem. But I do think general consensus could be we waited 6 years for more Breath of the Wild. I think that is a possibility. That is going to be a popular take, a hot take, perhaps. I don't expect that to be my take, but I think that's going to be a conversation that gets had around this game.
Definitely want to do some new stuff, like
Yeah.
When it was initially announced, I was hoping this would be like the Majora's Mask to Ocarina.
Yeah, and I think adding dungeons to that mix is a good step towards being that, genuinely.
I hope so. I want the vibes to be different.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a dark game, I think, by Zelda standards.
I hope so.
Yeah, the ESRB has changed over time. Like I think honestly, if Twilight Princess came out today, it would not be rated teen.
Be M?
No, it would be AO. You see that Minda design?
Wow. Oh my god, boy!
You see that late game?
Late game Midna?
Yeah.
I don't think I know this one. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait. Is she like tall in this?
Yeah.
Or is it, bro? What were they cooking?
Well.
I should play that game. Do you think I have to play do I have to play Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword to be caught up for this new Zelda?
I'm just having some crackpot theories, but I do think that Skyward Sword, I don't think it's a coincidence that game got re-released between these two games, and Link is dropping out of the battle bus in this next game.
That's true, he is.
And there is a lot of imagery I noticed when I was playing Twilight Princess where I was like, if Tears of the Kingdom is like kind of a Twilight Princess like semi-sequel in terms of vibes and some themes, then this might be my favorite game ever made.
Yeah.
So, I think it can't hurt to play at least one of those. I think you can skip Majora for now, but like if it's Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, I think it can't hurt to play one of them. That's my advice.
Okay. I'll try and get on that.
Nice. They're not too long. Follow a guide, you'll be fine.
Guy with Zelda. That's half the gameplay right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're crunched for time, I
No, you're right.
I was full guideless. It took me, I want to say like 40 something hours for Twilight Princess, and I'm thinking of still doing Skyward Sword before May. So
I think I will do Majora's Mask, but I will like go step by step with a guide, and that I feel like will remove half the fun for me. But I don't see myself finishing it without it.
Yeah, it's either that or play the 3DS version.
Even the 3DS version, I feel like I might need a guide for it, right?
No, you get that. You get a notebook to help you track things. It's very, very useful.
Fuck, that sounds great.
Yep, you get that on Citra. Play it on your Steam Deck. Do something. Stream it. I don't know. Do something. You're gonna have a better time playing the 3DS version. Don't listen to these dorks who's like, "Oh, you can't swim the right way with the Zora." Shut the fuck up. It's a better game.
Dude, they changed the Song of Time.
Yeah, man. Anyway, that's it. Enjoy the direct.
Yeah.
Nice.